Corey Linsley is not expected to return to the Packers for this upcoming season. I'm gonna miss you, you beautiful son of... Grossi Posse Packer Nation! Welcome to another episode of Podcast, the podcast where you don't have to be a Packers fan, but it sure does help. I'm your host, Tom, who's gonna snap Aaron Rodgers the ball, Grossi, and today we're gonna be talking about Corey Linsley, most likely not making his return to the Packers, and who could replace him to give Aaron Rodgers those footballs. It's a sad day. Before we get to that, I want to do a big shout and thank you to some brand new YouTube members. First, we got Michael Page. We have Green Bay Packers Forever. We have Bucks TB12, Clay Diggs, XCL Nav, and yo boy, the Gamer. A big shout out and thank you to you all. Now, Bill Huber reported that apparently nothing has changed between the Green Bay Packers and Corey Linsley, and if you are a little bit out of the loop, a day after the NFC Championship game, reporters caught up with Linsley and were like, hey, buddy, so technically you're an unrestricted free agent, so what's going on with that? And at that time, Linsley said that there was no communication between his agent and the Green Bay Packers. It was all like complimentary, and they were like, oh, no, he's real good, but didn't want to commit. And so he seemed to kind of be like, it is what it is. Now, Corey Linsley obviously played phenomenally this year. First team All-Pro, didn't allow a single sack. He was arguably the best center in football this past season. And listen, I've been a big Corey Linsley fan for quite some time. I've said on this show a few times that he is probably the most underrated player on the Packers roster because listen, folks, you don't know what it's like to have a good center until you don't have one. You start seeing balls flying over people's heads. That's when you go, oh, I guess that's a little bit of an important position. And even more so for guys like Aaron Rodgers, who are constantly hurrying up to the line, catching 12 men on the defense. And that's all about that cadence and that timing. And that stuff is just learned through years of experience. Now, Linsley has been on the team and has been the starter. He started as a rookie for the past 7 years, since 2014. Now, he did miss 3 games this season, and he is also turning 30 by the time next season is going to begin. So I understand why the Packers might be hesitant to pay him, but honestly, out of all the free agents between Aaron Jones, Jamal Williams, Kevin King, and Corey Linsley, Linsley was the guy I wanted to stay the most because we already have deficits on that offensive line. David Bakhtiari might not be ready for the start of next season. We just got rid of Rick Wagner, and now it looks like we're allowing Corey Linsley to walk. So those are some big shoes to fill. Now, talking about guys who could potentially replace Corey Linsley is, of course, you have guys like Elton Jenkins, who played along every single position along the line, which is good, but we also might need him in other critical areas. You have Lucas Patrick, and you also have Jake Hansen, who we drafted last year and then threw on the practice squad, but Hansen also has to develop, so there's a lot of question marks there. And I think that this just drives the point home that the Packers are going to be drafting for offensive line during this draft. I know we went and got 3 during last year during the 6th round, but I imagine we're going to spend a day 1 or a day 2 pick at that position. I would imagine things would be different with Linsley if we weren't $12 million over the cap, so we still have some cuts to make, and on top of that, we can also restructure Aaron Rodgers' contract, but who knows what's going on with that. And Corey Linsley's about to get paid. I've seen estimates that he's going to make about $10 to $12 million per year, so yeah, the Packers don't have that kind of money right now. So it's obviously disappointing to see an incredible player leave. He has been really rock solid at that position for quite some time. And, hopefully the Packers can find a suitable replacement for Corey Linsley, but this podcast host is going to miss him. You also saw rumors that potentially there was some interest by the Dolphins in Aaron Jones, which is not surprising because he could also bring up to like $15 million a year, and the Dolphins are like, why not? And of course, you have guys like Jamal Williams, who said that he would love to stay in Green Bay. Don't know if that's going to be a reality, though. So, listen, this offseason was going to be bumpy. It was going to be rough, and these are just some of the tough decisions that have to be made. And we haven't even gotten to free agency yet, so Buckle up, Buttercup. It's going to be a wild ride. But let me know what you think down in the comments below. Are you sad to see Linsley go? Are you okay with him walking? Let me know what you think. You can always find me at TomGrossiComedy.com or at TomGrossiComedy, all social media, see down below. Check out podcasts on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play Music, Spotify, and of course, YouTube. And a big shout out and thank you to all the patrons over at patreon.com/TomGrossiComedy and the YouTube members. But thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. And as always, go Pack Go.